Hello and welcome to India Today's SoSouth. I am Mahesh Chitnis. The war of votes between Karnataka Deputy CM D.K. Shivakumar and JDS leader SD Kumaraswamy indicates that the tough war in the old Mysore region has taken precedence for the two leaders this Lok Sabha elections. This elections, it is not just about the wooing the Vokkaliga voters that are concentrated in the region. This time it's about establishing total control and loyalty. It's a personal grudge match between DK Shivakumar and SD Kumaraswamy to show they command the dominant vote base in the old Mysuru Lok Sabha seats. On Monday, we saw both leaders taking on each other over Kumaraswamy's alleged controversial comment on women over the Congress guarantee schemes. After the much uproar, Kumaraswamy expressed his regret on his statement. This was not the only incident when the two leaders are taken on each other recently, but there are n number of incidents which have only increased just before the Lok Sabha polls. With the undisputed tallest leader, Vokkaliga leader, former Prime Minister SD Devagowda in his 90s, SD Kumaraswamy and DK Shivakumar are in fierce battle to lead the largest community in the old Mysore region, which has 11 Lok Sabha seats. On one hand, DK Shivakumar is trying hard to get back the backing of the community to realize his dreams of becoming the chief minister by proving his mettle and securing maximum seats in Old Mysore region. On the other hand, we have HD Kumaraswamy, who is fighting to safeguard his political future and the survival of his party. With Old Mysore region keep their faith in Congress as it did in the assembly polls, or will it back Kumaraswamy? Has the Lok Sabha elections turned into a litmus test for the two Vokkaliga Taurus leaders? To analyze these and more, I am joined in by senior journalist Asha Krishnaswamy and political analyst Chambi Puranik. Welcome to India Today's Sosa. I will take my first question to Asha. Asha, with the recent comments of DK Shivakumar, it's evident that the Congress's main target this time is Kumaraswamy. Is this only because of the Vokkaliga factor, or is there more to it?
Uh, there are so many dimensions to the developments that has happened before the candidates were announced in Karnataka. Usually, JDS used to bargain post poll, but this time it has entered into pre poll. More than it has entered, it is BJP. Brought so much pressure, and then the JDS has to relent and come to an understanding with BJP. It is, I think, BJP is looking for a long run. It is not just this elections it is aiming at, because it does a lot of surveys and it knows its limitation in this elections also, in particular Karnataka. The fight between Mr. Kumaraswamy and Mr. DK Shivakumar has been going on for many years, because both try to focus on same vote bank. That is the in old Mysore area, and Mr. DK Shivakumar tried to expand its base to Belagaum through Miss Lakshmi Hebalkar. She was empowered to take the party head on with the local BJP leaders, but somehow Congress, except Mr. Lakshmi Hebalkar's presence, it couldn't take beyond what it had planned. So what has happened is, now for Congress, whenever there is a triangular fight, either JDS will benefit, or it will benefit BJP, or Congress has to get benefited. Now JDS, after 2019 23 assembly election, it has realized its real strength. It has diminished considerably. So what is the alternative? It has to shake hands with, it can't go with Congress as long as Mr. Siddaramaya is there. Siddaramaya will never entertain Mr. Kumaraswamy. So what was the alternative? It shook hands with BJP for its own survival. This is not palatable to Mr. DK Shivakumar, because in Bangalore rural, Mandya, Chikbalapur, wherever that is Vokkaliga vote base, definitely it has become, now it is combined enemy. It has, Congress is facing, or DK Shivakumar is facing combined enemy. So the strength of BJP has gone up to certain extent because of JDS tie-up. This has naturally infuriated Mr. DK Shivakumar. He is that's why he is aggressively countering uh, Mr. Kumaraswamy.
Also, I just wanted to ask you how important this election is for DK Shivakumar personally, keeping in mind the ambition, his ambitions of becoming the chief minister. and growing in as a Vokkaliga leader?
This election is more important, politically important for the Congress, in particular Mr. Sidramaya, because there are a lot of forces trying to destabilize Mr. Sidramaya as Chief Minister. So, more than Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, it is Siddharamaya's cloud we have to see. And across the state, see the Vokkaliga's vote base is in South Karnataka and it is limited maximum up to Chitradurga. To certain extent, it goes beyond that. It has no presence, not considerable. Unlike Lingas have all over Kurubas all over Karnataka. They have presence. That is the biggest advantage for Mr. Sidramaya. So this election, you can hear people, especially women, talking about Siddaramaya's guarantee. It is like Modi guarantee and Congress. It's not Congress guarantee. It is Siddaramaya's guarantee because he's highly vocal and he knows how to, effectively speak. He's a good, orator. Not orator. He knows he's a political, animal. So he knows how to reach the masses. In that way, it is Siddharamaya's, survival as CM. That is what is we have to see. I don't think DK Shivakumar after this election will emerge stronger or he is all he is trying to do is in Bangalore rural. He is trying to retain the seat. His brother is DK Suresh is see last time also they couldn't do BJP Ashwath Narayana tried to have some stakes in Ramnagara. He couldn't do. So it is the question of the biggest question for DK Shivakumar and his empire is to retain his hold over Bangalore rural in particular. Mandya also, DK Shivakumar couldn't do much in the previous elections we have seen. So this is rural is his base. He has to retain that. He is trying his best, but because of BJP's strategy, like bringing Dr. Manjunath is not considered as a BJP man only. He is beyond BJP actually. He has his own image. He has his own stakes in these elections. Whether that will he will be able to pull votes or not, we have to see. But Manjunath, even as an independent candidate, probably he could have attracted media attention at least. But that
Hmm.
has caused a lot of inconvenience to DK Suresh and DK Shivakumar.
Yeah. Ma'am, once the old Mysore region was called as a JDS bastion, but the
Yeah.
Congress in the last assembly polls won 37 out of 59 seats in the region, spread across around 9 districts. But JDS managed to win only 14 seats. So they are now have the responsibility of not only winning the 3 seats allotted to them, but also have the responsibility of helping their new alliance partner BJP. So, how do you read the situation currently as it stands? Will JDS do their job that has been assigned to them, or will there be a setback?
I don't see any major assignment as such assigned to JDS by BJP central leaders. I think it is beyond the BJP central leaders are looking beyond 24 Lok Sabha elections in Karnataka. It is see we have every time we see three cornered fight in many constituencies. If JDS becomes finally it may merge. We don't know because the numerically if it is not at all stronger, then one day or the other it will go with the BJP. Then it is BJP versus Congress. So JDS is a huge block. So across the state, JDS don't have in the coastal three districts. It has no role to play, isn't it? Even in northern Karnataka, like Bijapur and Belagaum, or there it has hardly any presence in. JDS has any presence. All it has to prove is that it can whether it can retain, whether it can win 3 seats. In addition to that, in Mysore, it has to show its strength now because old Mysore area basically it boils down to Mandya, Mysore, Hassan. So there at least if JDS can show its influence, then it is for its own survival. Even assuming that JDS will become part of BJP one day, the relevance for Kumaraswamy will be there as long as he has clout over his community voters. It's a huge vote base. Slowly, Congress in 23 elections we saw Vokkaligas and even Lingayats voted for Congress. So getting back, at least retaining is itself is a question. So I don't think BJP is totally dependent on Kumaraswamy at every constituency to help them. But in like Mandya, Chikbalapur, uh, and Tumkur, in these where JDS has considerable presence, it has to show its clout. Otherwise, its bargaining power will come down with BJP.
Mr. Puranik, we were just discussing about the war of words that has been ensuing between DK Shivakumar and SD Kumaraswamy.
Yeah.
In these elections, it seems mainly that Congress is targeting the Kumaraswamy and JDS more than its principal opposition, BJP, just to woo the Vokkaliga votes. How do you read this?
Well, it's a game of all sorts of tactics and also strategies. So from that angle, I think Congress blaming Kumaraswamy per se is because of Vokkaliga concentration. Because Kumaraswamy, more than BJP support, it is on their own strength they could have won the seat or given a tough fight. So therefore, to divide the Vokkaliga votes, I think this could be another reinforcement or a kind of additional attack on Mr. Kumaraswamy as a Vokkaliga. So the main focus or crux of the matter is to divide the Vokkaliga votes so that the Congress will retain its whatever assembly kind of number of votes polled. And also in Lok Sabha elections, what Suresh, this is the only constituency which is a sure constituency or was for sure constituency. Now, because of Dr. Manjunath, I think the votes are going to be divided because Manjunath himself is a very popular person, apart from being Vokkaliga. In my opinion, his only disqualification is that these people are alleging that he is the son-in-law of Mr. Devegoda, H.D. Devegoda. But Devegoda commands greater respect than Shivakumar and all Congress leaders put together. Nobody can match because he was the only one who has become Prime Minister from Karnataka. Can you imagine in the few generations to come, anybody will become that too from South India? So he may be an accidental Prime Minister. So therefore, in order to, see that that particular thing is divided or damaged, or the kind of campaign is done, and they are doing it also. But it's a very, very tough challenge, especially in Bangalore South, 2-3 constituencies, Raja Rajeshwari Nagara, and other areas. I'm telling you, there are MLAs who are from BJP party, but then most of them are Vokkaligas. So it is a caste factor that perhaps dominates predominantly in this particular attack on Kumaraswamy. So, and personal attack and all that, people won't buy it also because it's very low, too low in a public debate.
Yes.
So therefore, the attack of Congress is very well understood by not only Kumaraswamy but also by the voters. Ultimately, voters they matter, and as far as voters are concerned, they have a high esteem for Manjunath and Devegoda and Kumaraswamy put together as versus DK Suresh or DK Shivakumar. But just because DK Shivakumar had a chance of becoming chief minister as far as the campaign was concerned, and he also said, I have given Karnataka to Congress and my high command. My high command will take care of my future. And this is how it is. Later, they have understood that majority MLAs were with Siddaramaiah. So therefore, DK Shivakumar had to wait in the wing. After 2024 election, whatever that happens, it will be totally different. I'm sure the entire country will have a very, very different kind of sensational picture or news to emerge in the political scene of Karnataka. That's what, as a political analyst, I anticipate because it's going to be a very, very big challenge to DK Shivakumar and DK Suresh to retain that seat because Dr. Manjunath is there. And Dr. Manjunath is highly respected by all people all over the Karnataka and even outside. And many of them are telling the other day when I interacted, they were telling that Dr. Manjunath, if he wins with good majority of 2 lakhs or whatever it is, he is going to be the health minister of central government. If these advantages are there, just by merely electing an opposition candidate from the point of view of national equations, I think DK Suresh has a big challenge. I think it's a very tough game.
Yeah, Mr. Puranik, you mentioned about H.D. Devegoda. Now, that is the point we are discussing here, trying to discuss at least, that what the two young leaders, SDK Shivakumar and SD Kumaraswamy, both are in a fight, to occupy the place that Devegowda has enjoyed for several years. So in that battle, both are trying to woo the Vokkaliga's votes. The question here is, will Vokkaligas fall back to JDS, or will they continue their support as they did in the assembly elections held in 2030, 2023?
No, I don't think that Bangalore South is a constituency which has got more rural voters, but they are quite mature.
No,
They are enlightened.
in a old Mysore region overall.
Yeah, in old Mysore, even in South Bangalore, Mr. Devagowda's influence and image is very high. Vokkaligas are not only Vokkaligas are proud, we all others, non-Vokkaligas are proud of HD Devagowda. Only thing is, having criticized BJP and the kind of leadership that was there by Devagowda last year, because of political equations, I think now they changed. He has changed. I think my point is, after introspection, he must have realized by way of ideology that he is deviating from secular whatever kind of title that is there. That was only a kind of a nomenclature. I think the Devagowda's party, if you consider it as secular, Muslims have not supported secular JDS in the assembly election. So that means they have nothing to lose. They have already whatever they wanted to lose, they have lost. But the Vokkaliga votes consolidation is going to be a very important factor in favor of JDS in per se, and also BJP in the larger context. So therefore, all over old Mysore, which Devagowda commands great respect. Forget the family. If even in BJP, Yediyurappa's, three people are in politics. Now, if Devagowda's family is there in politics, which is already there, everybody knows that it's a dynastic or family-based party. But still, Mr. Devagowda is considered more above, higher than the kind of caste equations that are there, and also the kind of local rivalry that is there. So Vokkaligas themselves, they know that it is better to be with Devagowda and Kumaraswamy, or more so because of this Devagowda, because it is his appeal to the people of Karnataka and Old Mysore that you join hands with Modi and try to see that not only Karnataka is benefited, many other projects like Meghdadu and many other, including the financial devolution of funds, which perhaps is under a lot of controversy and all that. These things can be solved apart from whatever the national programs that they are. In Lok Sabha election, you must know that is totally different from assembly elections, which has been proved. Earlier also when Congress was in power, they could not win more than one seat. So 25 plus 2 or 3, it could be a very neck to neck fight. My hunch is about 20 BJP will retain. If dissidents like Ishwarappa and others, they are not seriously taken by voters, then Devagowda will have minimum of 2 seats than one that was there earlier. So that means to say the third seat depends on Mr. Devagowda's campaign. How deeply he campaigns in that, especially Kolar. Mandya, I think Kumaraswamy will be supported by Mandya Vokkaligas because Devagowda is there personally. His appeal is there. I don't think Vokkaligas are so hardened or so divided as to reject the appeal of Mr. Devagowda and also give another kind of whatever encouragement or lift to Kumaraswamy. They need this kind of political kind of rehabilitation, I would say. So that's perhaps how I look at it.
Yeah, Asha, I just want to understand from you, like we spoke about D.K. Kumar, how important the election is for him. But when it comes to H.D. Kumaraswamy, it's like a survival battle for himself, for his political future, as for his JDS. So how do you see Kumaraswamy as basically, we can go ahead and say that he has put all his political capital in this election. So from your point of view, how you see election will turn out for JDS, and how it will be an important election for the JDS?
See, in 23, JDS saw, I mean, we saw it is at the lowest step. Since 20, I think 1999, its vote base had not eroded like this. I know it is just 13% of the vote share. Even when Mr. Devegowda contested, he lost uh, from Tumkur. And it is always a struggle for Mr. Kumaraswamy to retain the vote base, whatever it has earned over the years. He he had no choice but to compromise. There is no ideological differences among three parties. I tell you, it is only the only this one is they want to come to power. It is that's all. There is no ideology as such. So because in Karnataka we are seeing leaders hopping from one party to the other. We have lost they have lost identity. We have lost track of them. You know, especially Jarkiholi brothers. We can see. I mean, they
Yeah.
hop from one party to the other. The problem for the BJP was a big headache was JDS. So after this election, whether JDS in what form it will remain, if at all it doesn't win three seats, especially Mandya, and ruling party is Congress. And last 23rd election, 2023 election clearly showed that Vokkaligas, Lingaites all voted for Congress. And we are actually here, the opposition is, we are seeing the fight between Modi versus five guarantees. It is not even Sidramaya or DK Shivakumar. It is the people have identified the five guarantees with Mr. Sidramaya. So the fight is between these two, and then whether Mandya seat, even with the help of Sumalata, whether Kumaraswamy can win, that's the question. And the second thing is rural. It is not that easy. It's not that easy. Yeah, I may like a person, but I may not vote because for me, an accessible politician is that is how Congress is. And this guarantees, Mahesh, I tell you, it has made so much impact on women voters. So without, I mean, whether it is correct or wrong, the guarantees have been linked with Lok Sabha elections, five guarantees. So women, we have to wait and see how women will react in these elections.
Yeah,
So
right. Mr.
Kumaraswamy,
Puranik, yeah, please go on, ma'am.
the biggest challenge is to remain relevant in politics, not to show his dominance. He has to remain first, sustaining himself, later sustaining the party, and then remaining relevant. What bargaining power he will have after this elections, we have to see, because whether the three seats and also Mysore, all he has to show his influence. No, it's not just winning his seat or his three seats, what we call. It is quite a challenge he has.
Yeah.
For BJP, it is an advantageous BJP. Whether it will
Mm.
retain whatever it had won or its strength may come down, but JDS, whether it will remain relevant or whether it will be sent to oblivion, that is we have to see. Already see how much Mr. Devegowda has compromised. He is 90 plus. For me, it looks as though he is trying to settle his family and some of his workers, leaders in a safer party. Because continuously in 23, he worked very hard, both father and son.
Mm.
They did their
Yeah.
best. They put their
Mm.
best performance. That's all they could
Mm.
win. That's all they could do. So they have reached
Mm.
a saturation point, I think. They have no choice but to compromise a lot,
Mm.
which will be
Mr.
advantage.
Puranik?
Yeah.
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 Mr. Puranik, how do you react? How relevant, how important, how crucial it is for JDS and SD Kumaraswamy himself? Because from here, if they lose the three seats that have been allotted to them, especially from Mandya, even the BJP itself might not even take them seriously in future.
Well, BJP, I don't think has to worry about it because BJP has got the support of Mr. Devegowda and both Mr. Devegowda and Prime Minister Modi have shared the dais. That's something which the Mysore whatever meeting display. So I think that way I don't think that there is a bigger risk in Mandya for Kumaraswamy because he has been ex-chief minister and also people of Mandya, whatever you say, they know what is the advantage by electing a Congress person as a member of parliament. He is going to sit in the opposition. They know very well because it's going to be the third or hat-trick term or tenure for Mr. Modi. That one thing. Second thing is there are many projects which need to be taken forward. And Mr. Devegowda's ambition or desire is before, he says, I quit politics or active politics. I think, there are many things that he can do it also. And his proximity to Prime Minister and the central government will be much more solid and helpful to Mandya people or whoever supports the JDS party. So let us say it is a family party. Doesn't matter. But still, Mr. Devagowda is there. So you can't write him off. Maybe my co-panelist mentioned that he was defeated and all that. Those were different kind of political combinations and the enemies coming together to defeat Mr. Devagowda in Tumkur. That kind of situation or rivalry is not there. They see, you see the body language and speeches of Mr. D.K. Shivakumar. He only attacks Kumaraswamy, not Mr. Devagowda. He knows the Vokkaliga sentiments, which are very sensitive, will be hurt if he takes on Mr. Devagowda. And there is nothing to take on Mr. Devagowda, saying that, except that he was with Congress and now he has joined me. What did they gain by being with Congress those days when the coalition government was there? Betrayal and the kind of conspiracies and the rivalry that was there and the remote control of Siddaramaiah, and about 12 Congress members left Congress to form BJP government by resigning and all, whatever Operation Kamala you may say. So these are the political ground realities, I think, which are going to be dominant. About Madam telling 5 guarantees, they have an appeal. No, I don't think the guarantees will work in Lok Sabha elections. Only the thing who is good for the country, what is going to be the best for the country's whatever progress development. You see the infrastructure, you see the developments that are there. Let us forget the Ram Temple. Ram Temple may not be a big issue because people know what is the progress, what is the development and all. So who has the power to deliver these goods? So therefore, from that angle, Modi and Mr. Devagowda's combination is a very solid, or I would say most successful kind of combination, which is going to impress upon the voters, whether it is Vokkaliga belt or central Karnataka or North Karnataka, all sitting together. Congress itself, you know that they are lacking in good candidates. The problem with Congress is, except caste factor and the richness of Jarkiwali brothers who are there in all parties, such kind of whatever monetary and other kind of influences in public life or politics. I don't think Congress has got such eminent candidates to fight against the BJP. BJP, it is not that candidates is important. It's Modi. It's Modi versus Congress candidates. Then comparatively, I'm sure they will look in a different way also. So therefore, Mr. Devagowda and Modi's combination and their being together is much more beneficial in real terms, in terms of the advantage for Karnataka state itself, in terms of new whatever the pending projects that are to be realized and all that. And Mr. Devagowda will insist on that. Directly is connected with a hotline is there between Prime Minister and Mr. Devagowda. How do you say that it is not possible for Karnataka? So therefore, the overall impact that the Congress has made in terms of attacking Kumaraswamy per se personally, or they are all very low-level comments which you and me cannot discuss in this excellent forum. So therefore, my whatever hunch is that this Devagowda and Modi combination, if it is very well taken to the voters by both the workers, the grassroots workers, and BJP, they have got a tremendous kind of networking. That is booth promo, page promo, like that.
Yes.
So these are things that are going to work. I visited constituency yesterday, especially in Kodamkunta area, and people are appreciating. They are saying that BJP government is going to deliver goods, and Krishnappa MLA has done a good work by getting water for people where Kaveri water is not available. Mr. Devagowda has promised Kaveri water. So they say that Mr. Devagowda is there, his influence will be very effective with the central government, and an opposition MP cannot do what Mr. Devagowda can do because of his preeminence as ex-prime minister, and also a person who has totally, surrendered. I don't say surrender, totally joined Mr. Prime Minister Modi, not BJP. So that combination of two stalwarts joining together is a boon for JDS from point of view of their electoral victory with 2 or 3 seats. My hunch is 2 seats, but the third one also comes. It is thanks to Mr. Modi and Devagowda, none else.
Well, you are just a few days away from the Lok Sabha elections in Karnataka, and time will come in which way the Karnataka votes. Thank you very much, Asha Krishnaswamy and Chambi Puranik, for joining us on this discussion. Thank you, sir.